This is a guidebook given to us by Wida. Wida is what the state of Kentucky uses to assess our language learners, and also gives us a list of standards that need to be implemented for our language learners. So this book is an English language proficiency standards and resource guide. There's lots of great things in it. First of all, it goes over the standards for our language learners. The standards are met in a few realms: in social and instructional language, in the language of language arts, the language of mathematics, the language of science, and the language of social studies. So basically, our language learners should be able to communicate information, ideas, and concepts necessary for academic success in all of these content areas, plus social and instructional language. The way we do this is through support. Our language learners need a lot of visual representation, graphic supports, sensory supports, and interactive supports. A lot of pair work, a lot of partner work, illustrations, maps and posters of cycles, timelines, models and figures. Any sort of support is necessary for our language learners to understand concepts. We can also use a number of graphic organizers, and here are some examples, which I've also included in folders for the teachers, so you have these on hand. Wida also has something called can-do descriptors. The can-do descriptors show what a student should be able to produce in the classroom based on his or her ability. The way it works, first, everything is divided into a grade level cluster. So we have pre-K through K, first and second grade, then third grade through fifth grade, sixth grade to eighth grade, and then high school, 9 to 12. On the side, you can see we have the 4 language domains: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And then across the top are the levels that the student is, level 1 through level 5. And again, the way we find this out is through the access test that the kids take every year. And the kids are assigned a point or a level, depending on how well they did, in all 4 domains on their access test. So let's say you have a language learner at the level 1, the entering level. And here we're talking about the language of science in a formative framework. And let's say that the child is in 4th grade. So a 4th grade level 1 child. Our topic, let's say, is food and nutrition. So a level 1 student should be able to choose foods from ReLIA magazines or newspapers following oral directions. So you can see we have support by using real-life objects, magazines, and newspapers to talk about our topic, food and nutrition. So they're still reaching the standard, but they're doing it in a modified way. Let's say we have a level 4 student on the same topic, food and nutrition. The level 4 student should be able to evaluate choices of foods by following oral descriptions. So for example, choose the most nutritious food in this group. So evaluate, the student should be able to do that, add some more depth to the standard. But in both situations, we're still meeting the objective, but we're just doing it to a different level. So they have, in these can-do descriptors, examples for every grade level, cluster, and in every content area that I mentioned before: math, science, language arts, and social studies. So this is a great way of how to prepare a lesson in an accommodated way for your language learners.